Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news all right. Guys, buckle up because what's happening right now in the NFC South could truly shake up the entire division, and honestly, it might be one of the most significant moves we've seen in recent years. The Atlanta Falcons are in the middle of an intense search for defensive upgrades, and one name that's been making waves among insiders and fans alike is Derek Brown from the Carolina Panthers. Imagine this, Brown, a dominant force in the interior defensive line, potentially heading to Atlanta in what might be one of the most impactful trades this offseason. There's a lot of buzz, and I want to break down everything you need to know about what this could mean for us, for the division, and for our Super Bowl aspirations. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Falcons are in serious negotiations with the Panthers over Derek Brown, and it could be a game changer. The rumor is that Atlanta is willing to send a first-round pick in the 2026 draft to acquire Brown, a move that would send shockwaves through the NFC South. Now I have to emphasize, these talks are still in the final stages and nothing is official yet. Insider reports indicate that the deal is almost closed, but there's no official confirmation from either team just yet. Still, the signs point to a very real possibility that we're about to bring in one of the league's most disruptive defensive tackles. The Panthers, on the other hand, are in a rebuilding phase after finishing 5-12 in 2025. They're clearing cap space, about $11 million, to focus on extensions for young players like Bryce Young, who's been dealing with injuries and inconsistency early in his career. With 4 games missed last season due to injuries, Young's future is still uncertain, and the Panthers are looking to build around their young core. Brown, who's just 27 years old, is viewed as a cornerstone on defense, a true big body against the run, with a forceful presence that can disrupt both the run game and the pocket. Let's talk about Brown's profile because it's pretty impressive. In 2025, he recorded 98 tackles, 62 of them solo, which puts him among the top 5 defensive tackles in the league for that stat. He also contributed 8 tackles for loss and 3 sacks, but it's his run defense that truly stands out. According to PFF, he finished the season with a 94 grade in run defense, ranking first in the NFL among interior linemen. Over his career, he's amassed 298 tackles, 8 sacks, and 5 interceptions, which tells you he's not just a one-trick pony. He's versatile, capable of disrupting the run and making plays in coverage when needed. What makes Brown even more attractive is his advanced statistics. His EPA, expected points added per run stop, is 21, meaning he's highly effective at shutting down running plays. His stuff rate, how often he successfully stops a play at the line of scrimmage, is around 15%, placing him in the top 3 among interior linemen. When compared to other defensive tackles, Brown has a +2. 0 win rate in interior matchups, which is significant. For context, players like V from Tampa Bay boosted their numbers last year with about 120 stops, and Brown's projections suggest he could add around 16% gains in run-stopping efficiency, with YAC, yards after contact, allowed at just 3.8 yards per gain. Now, why would the Falcons be so interested in Brown? Well, our run defense has been leaking yards, giving up around 140 yards per game on the ground, which ranks us near the bottom of the league. Our front 7, despite some flashes of talent, has lacked that consistent disruptive force in the middle. Brown's addition would dramatically change that. He's a true big body in the middle, capable of clogging up run lanes and demanding double teams that free up others on the line. Just think about how he could impact our defense, reducing the yards we give up on the ground by nearly 60 yards per game, which is a huge difference. And let's not forget the bigger picture. With Brown anchoring the interior, our pass rush could see a spike. Projected sacks could increase by around 10, especially since he's adept at collapsing the pocket and forcing quarterbacks into uncomfortable throws. His presence would elevate our run defense from the 20th in the league to a top 8 unit, which is crucial when facing strong offenses like the Saints or Buccaneers. Plus, a dominant run defense means more turnovers. Brown could lead to 6 more turnovers this season, especially with his ability to disrupt plays and force fumbles. The Falcons' interest also makes sense from a financial standpoint. The Panthers are looking to shed cap space, about $11 million, mainly by releasing some of their less effective offensive linemen, who have allowed 32 sacks last season. Brown's contract would hit us with a $14 million cap charge this year, which is a significant investment, but one that aligns with our current cap space of around $15 million. We're in a position to make this move without sacrificing too much elsewhere, especially since our secondary and linebacker core are already looking improved with the additions we've made this offseason. This move would fit perfectly into our strategic plan. The Falcons have been building a balanced roster, adding talent on both sides of the ball, aiming for a playoff push and, hopefully, a deep run in the postseason. Bringing in Brown would give us a real game wrecker on defense, someone who can control the line of scrimmage and change the way opponents attack us. It's a move that says, we're serious about contending now, especially as we look to climb the NFC South standings and challenge teams like the Saints and Buccaneers. And speaking of the NFC South, this division is wide open. The Buccaneers, with their aging roster and questions at quarterback, are vulnerable. The Saints look solid but not unbeatable, especially if we can neutralize Alvin Kamara and contain their passing game. The Panthers are rebuilding, clearly, and their focus on youth and cap space signals they're more interested in the future than immediate success. So, if Atlanta pulls this off and adds a dominant presence like Derek Brown, it could give us a huge edge, turning our defense into one of the league's most feared units and setting us up for a playoff run. Now, what about the impact on the Super Bowl odds? Well, right now, the Falcons are sitting around +8-0 to win it all, which isn't bad but could skyrocket with a defensive upgrade like Brown. If we manage to lock him in, some betting sites might bump our odds to around +3,500. That's a massive jump, putting us in the conversation as a real contender, especially if our offense continues to develop under Desmond Ridder, and our young wide receivers like Drake London and Kyle Pitts step up. This move could also serve as a signal to the rest of the league that we're not just looking to compete, we're aiming to dominate. And let's not forget the playoff picture. The addition of Brown could increase our chances of making the postseason by around 20%, especially if we strengthen our secondary with other signings or draft picks. The trade deadline, set for November 4th, is fast approaching, and if the Falcons can pull this off, it could be the catalyst for a playoff push. It's about building a complete team, adding that missing piece on the defensive line to take us from good to great. Looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about one player, it's about a strategic shift for the Falcons. We've been patient, building through the draft and free agency, and now it seems like we're ready to take that next step. Derek Brown represents a game-changing talent who can elevate our entire defense, and with our cap space, we're in a position to make it happen. The Panthers might be seeding the future, but for us, this could be the moment that propels us into serious Super Bowl contention. The candidacy of Brown, paired with our young, talented roster, paints a very optimistic picture for Atlanta fans. In conclusion, it's a dynamic, fast-moving situation, but one thing's clear. Derek Brown could be the catalyst we need. It would be a move that energizes our defense, boosts our playoff odds, and puts us firmly in the hunt for the Lombardi Trophy. The Falcons are on the verge of something big, and this potential trade might just be the beginning of a new era, one where Atlanta is feared across the league, and the Super Bowl is no longer just a distant dream. We're talking about a team that's ready to compete, to fight, and to win. So keep your eyes peeled, Falcons fans, because I believe we're about to witness a major shakeup that could change everything. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Derek Brown is the missing piece for us to finally make that Super Bowl run? Are you excited about the possibility of adding such a disruptive force to our defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. We're in this together, and I'm telling you, big things are on the horizon. Let's keep that Falcons spirit alive and roaring. Go Falcons!